I do want to take the time to speak about Thomas Partey. It has been said according to multiple sources that Thomas Partey is being considered by FC Barcelona, and Fernando Polo had a huge statement about this whole conversation, and this is what he said. Barcelona is actively pursuing free agents whose contracts expire in 2025, prioritizing German center back Jonathan Tah, the midfielder Thomas Partey as key targets to bolster their defense and midfield. Then he continued to say, Barcelona is also monitoring the versatile left back Reinildo Mandava and high-profile fullbacks Alphonso Davies and Trent Alexander-Arnold, though financial constraints and competition from Real Madrid make these signings challenging. Canadian striker Jonathan David was also considered, but has fallen out of favor due to his perceived lack of starter potential. So this is a huge statement coming from Fernando Polo. There's also been a lot of sources and newspapers coming out focusing on just Jonathan Tah and Thomas Partey. So in this video, we are only going to be focusing on Thomas Partey. Players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David will all be talked about in a later video. So yes, it is true. A lot of sources are confirming that Barcelona are actively considering signing Arsenal's midfielder Thomas Partey as a free agent in the summer of 2025. And that is because Barcelona have lost faith in renewing the contract of Frankie de Jong, meaning that Barcelona is going to want to sell Frenkie in the summer of 2025 so they don't have to lose Frankie de Jong for free in the summer of 2026. So it is a huge deal. Yes, Barcelona have done their job on trying to renew Frankie de Jong, but there has been no response. The contract proposal that has been lended by Barcelona has expired. So it's basically Frankie de Jong and the agent saying, we are not interested in renewing, leaving Barcelona with no choice but to go for a sale of Frankie in the summer and still trying to reinforce the midfield position. And that is through Thomas Partey. So it says here that Thomas Partey's experience and versatility make him an appealing target for Barcelona, who are looking to strengthen their midfield. And so look, this is a very interesting signing that Barcelona can make. Let's talk about who this player is if you guys are unfamiliar with him. Thomas Partey is a player that did join Arsenal back in 2020. He also represents Ghana, and his contract goes all the way until June 30th, 2025. So in about 6 months, his contract with Arsenal will be expiring. He does play as a defensive midfielder. He is right-footed, and he can also play in other positions like a central midfielder similar to Pedri, or as a right back similar to Jules Koundé. So he's very versatile, a player that we can bet on if we do need him in other areas. If we look at his transfer history, you can see that Thomas Partey does have La Liga experience. He did start his career at Leganés under 19. He went to Atletico Madrid, joined the B team, stayed there for a few years, went to Almeria, eventually on a loan deal after coming from Mallorca, and then eventually he got promoted to the first team at Atletico Madrid back in 2015. And since then, Diego Simeone was betting on the player. He spent 5 years there. But after those 5 years, Diego Simeone said, you know what, it's time for me to let you go. Thomas Partey also wanted new experiences, and so he went to Arsenal on October 5th, 2020. It was a huge signing and one of the first few signings that Arteta did make. And if you look at his goal scoring record, even though he is a central defensive midfielder, his goal scoring record is not that bad. His best season yet in his career has been with Atletico Madrid in terms of like stats, right? Goals and assists. Back in the 2018-2019 season, he played 42 matches, scored 3 goals, and provided 6 assists. He has not been able to beat this stat record since then. But overall, like, these numbers are okay. Back in the 2022-2023 season, 40 matches played, 3 goals. In the following season, he did not really play a lot due to injuries. He had no goals or assists, but he was still providing a lot of great defensive coverage. And currently right now in this season, 25 matches played, 2 goals and 2 assists. So like I have said, Thomas Partey did begin playing as a right back with Arsenal back in the 2023-2024 season. Many did question Arteta why he was placing him in that position, and Arteta did say, Thomas Partey as a right back, this is not my invention. Many seasons ago with Atletico Madrid, with one of the best coaches in the world, Diego Simeone, if not the best defensive coach in the world, he played him as a full back. So Arteta is saying this whole thing about Partey going into the right back position, it is nothing new because he has been playing in this position under Diego Simeone, and that is how he was able to find more goals, more assists, is because he put himself in a lot of attacking situations. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but for some reason Thomas Partey usually leaves a club after 5 years. He spent 5 years at Atletico Madrid's first team, then went to Arsenal for potentially another 5 years if he were to leave in the summer of 2025, meaning that there is a huge chance and a huge probability that yes, he might say, I want to go to FC Barcelona. And usually when these players make these type of choices to leave a certain club, it's because they have personal reasons, right? They want a career progression, they want to be able to go through new experiences, new desires. Maybe it could be because of contractual financial aspects. I mean, like, Partey went to Arsenal for 45 million euros, and before he made that move, it was said that Partey wanted more money money at Atletico Madrid, which was one of the reasons why he went to Arsenal. There's also like conversations about the player wanting to play in a different style, a different role. Partey felt like he needed more freedom to express himself at Arsenal under Mikel Arteta, and he was given that type of opportunity, something that he could not be given back when he was with Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid. So all of these factors could come into play on why he might join FC Barcelona. Maybe he does want to join a team like Barcelona where you play much more vertical, you do play with much more intensity, you are demanded to play much more risky attacking football, and that is something FC Barcelona could bring to Partey. He might enjoy the style of football that we do play. So as we look through Partey's career at Arsenal, he did grow to become a important piece to Arteta. Like I said, he played as a right back, as a CDM, as a central midfielder, and Arsenal still want the player, and all of the fans still want Partey, because every time Arsenal don't have Partey, Arsenal do struggle a little bit. Now in this season that we're in today, we do see Partey rotate with either Declan Rice or Merino. Whoever's playing as a 6, Partey does rotate with those two players, but around 70 to 75% of the time, the main starting midfield, it is Odegaard, Declan Rice, and Mikel Merino. Usually when Arsenal want to have their best, most physical, strongest 11, they have that type of midfield, which is Odegaard, Declan Rice, and Mikel Merino, and with Partey as a right back, so right behind those three midfielders. So you better bet that Arsenal still greatly do use Thomas Partey. So it's not like FC Barcelona is picking up a player that is almost finished. No, Partey is a player that is greatly utilized by Arsenal and always gets rotated. Arsenal rotates so much in the midfield, and when Partey is not being rotated in the midfield, he plays in defense, and that is the reason why Arsenal want to extend his contract for another 1 to 2 years at the very least. Now here's the thing though, when we compare Partey and Frankie de Jong, this is where things do get very strange, because that is once again the reason why Barcelona are eyeing Partey, is because they want to go for the sale of Frankie de Jong to avoid losing him for free in the summer of 2026. So when we compare Frankie and Thomas Partey, you can see that Frankie de Jong from the 2023-2024 season, he does beat him in almost everything. I'm comparing Frankie's last season to Thomas Partey's current season because Frankie de Jong has not played enough this season, and so there's not enough data. But yeah, as you can see here, Frankie de Jong does have a better key pass accurate rate. Progressive passes, Frankie beats him. Forward passes percentage, he beats him. Forward passes in general, he beats him. Even carrying with the ball, he beats him. The only thing Thomas Partey has over Frankie de Jong right now, it is the defensive actions, and this is of course according to this radar here. Now when we do look at the other attacking stats, we can see on the left side that Thomas Partey, who was on the right side of the left graph, Thomas Partey does have more shots. He does have a better shot per 90 rate. Thomas Partey beats him in almost everything in terms of shots on target per 90, goals per 90, assists per 90, expected goals per 90. Maybe this is where Thomas Partey does get the upper hand. Then if you look at the defense on the right side, you can see Thomas Partey beats him in successful tackles per 90, clearances per 90, and interceptions per 90, and by a lot. I believe the main reason why Hansi Flick is eyeing Thomas Partey is because Partey is not going to be a replacement for Frankie de Jong, but he is going to be a backup replacement to Marc Casado. This is where we are going to be transitioning towards how he would fit at FC Barcelona, because I do believe that the whole idea is for Partey to be rotated with Marc Casado, because they are very much the exact same type of player. Both of the players know how to block, they know how to do clearances, they know how to intercept, they know how to win the ball. They are the most physical. And one of the things that we love coming from Marc Casado is that Marc Casado knows how to distribute long balls. Thomas Partey also knows how to do the exact same thing. Thomas Partey is very much recognized for his ability to ping long balls across the pitch and make defensive splitting passes when given the space and the time. His passing, and especially the long balls, has been described as a key aspect to his game and allowing Arsenal to sustain pressure and find players in advanced positions. This is where I believe FC Barcelona win, because if you have somebody like Partey who can replace Casado and you have to play those 20 to 25 minutes, Partey can give you those long balls that give Barcelona more of a direct style. We're going to be able to counterattack much better and with much more consistency, because Partey's long balls, they are praised for their weight and precision, setting up attacks with passes that are easy to control under pressure. Like his ability to progress the ball from deep zones effectively, like through his passing, is really effective. And so once again, maybe this could be the reason why Hansi Flick is eyeing Partey, is because he wants a different profile at Barcelona, players who can distribute long balls and win the ball a lot to fast forward Barcelona's counterattacks, because Frankie de Jong is not that type of player. Frankie de Jong is a player that can carry the ball to you, but you know what's faster than carrying the ball to the final third? It is by passing the ball to the final third, and Thomas Partey has exactly that. So to me, if we were to get Partey, it would look something like this. We would have a midfield of Partey and Pedri in the double pivot position with Daniel Olmo as a 10, or you can place Partey and Pedri again with Gavi as the number 10, or you can do something completely different and use Partey and Gavi in the double pivot position with Olmo as the 10. And if Barcelona ever decide to just have Casado, Pedri, and Gavi in the midfield, or Casado, Pedri, and Olmo in the midfield, which is what we do today, you can still put Partey in the right back position, giving Jules Koundé some rest with Araujo, Kubarsi, and Alejandro Balde. I know that there is going to be conversations about Marc Bernal and whether he's going to be given some chances. I think that Partey is going to be seeing the exact same minutes of Frankie de Jong, if not to maybe play a little bit more, because I don't see Partey coming into FC Barcelona and Partey is like a starter for the club, right? And he's always next to either Pedri or Casado or Olmo or Gavi. I believe that Partey is going to come to Barcelona, if he were to come of course, but have a good idea on how much he's going to be playing, and he is once again going to be the backup to Casado. And keep in mind that not all players are going to be available. I mean, like, that does not exist. No club is perfect. Players get injured. You never know if Olmo might get injured, Pedri might get injured, Gavi might get injured. Having Partey as a backup in the midfield will provide us a lot of value. So like I said, Partey is known for his defensive solidity, ability to break up play, and distribute the ball effectively from deep positions. And his long passing range and capacity to switch the play could really complement Barcelona's traditional style of possession football. Next season, which will be the 2025-2026 season, Partey will be 32, so he is going to be bringing a lot of leadership, maturity, and experience to this team. Currently, his wages at Arsenal is 10 million euros a season, but the fact that he is going to be a free agent in the summer of 2025, his contract will be expiring, meaning that any club will be having a fresh start on renegotiating his terms, right? You can just restart everything and give him whatever you believe he does deserve. You can give him 7 million euros, 8 million euros, or 6 million euros. You don't have to match the 10 million euros that he does get paid at Arsenal, because once again, his contract is going to be expiring. And so let me know in the comment sections down below, do you believe Barcelona should sign a player like Thomas Partey? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.